Welcome to the channel. Today we'll take a closer look at one of the most striking winter landscapes in art history. Pieter Bruegel the Elder's painting Hunters in the Snow from 1565. This work is visually stunning and filled with subtle details, symbolism, and reflections of the culture of its time. Pieter Bruegel the Elder was a Flemish painter active in the mid-1500s. Although he's known by the nickname Peasant Bruegel, he wasn't actually a peasant. He was well-educated, well-connected, and lived a comfortable middle-class life. He married into a wealthy banking family and worked for influential art collectors. Bruegel belonged to the Northern Renaissance, but his art didn't focus on heroic myths or religious grandeur. Instead, he depicted ordinary people, everyday work, seasonal activities, celebrations, and sometimes humorous or critical scenes from daily life. He also traveled to Italy, and the Alps he saw during that journey made a deep impression on him. He later used these dramatic mountains in his paintings, even in scenes where mountains don't naturally exist, like this one. Hunters in the Snow is part of a larger series called The Seasons, which Bruegel painted in 1565. The series was commissioned by a wealthy Antwerp collector, Nicolaes Jonghellink. Originally, there were 6 panels, but one, representing spring, has been lost. The work follows a medieval tradition where the cycle of the year was shown through labors of the months. Each season had its typical tasks, and winter was often associated with survival, hard work, and the overwhelming force of nature. Bruegel adopts this tradition and focuses on its everyday human side. In the foreground, 3 hunters return to the village with their dogs. Their catch is small, just 1 fox. Their shoulders are slumped and they look tired, even discouraged. You can trace their footprints across the snow, suggesting they've come a long way, perhaps from an unsuccessful hunt. Below them, the villagers are skating, playing games, and moving about on the ice. Some are playing an early form of ice game called kolf, while others push a puck with wooden sticks. People pull sleds, and even children play small winter games. The scene is full of tiny everyday activities that bring the landscape to life and add warmth in the middle of winter. In the distance, imaginary alpine peaks rise over Flanders. They give the painting a monumental, almost dreamlike atmosphere. At the center of the village stands a snow-covered church tower, serving as a visual anchor and giving a sense of the village's scale. On the left side of the painting, there is an inn with a fire burning outside. People warm themselves and watch the flames. Hanging on the inn's wall is a sign with a deer and the Old Dutch text Den in den Hert. In the 1500s, inns often used animal signs like this because many people could not read. The images served as landmarks. The painting is filled with many other interesting details. Crows sit on the bare branches, enhancing the bleakness of winter. In Renaissance symbolism, crows were often associated with misfortune and death. One tree holds a small birdhouse or trap, hinting at the practical ways people gathered food during the cold season. In the lower right corner, the watermill wheel has frozen still, a subtle sign of how winter halts nature and work. Nearby, there is a small frozen pond where people bend over some kind of task, perhaps cleaning something or handling fish. On the ice, one skater is captured at the exact moment of falling. This small detail adds realism and a touch of humor to the painting. Bruegel's talent for depicting animals is also visible in the hunter's dogs. One dog looks directly at the viewer with a tired expression that mirrors its owner's. Another seems to take a slight sideways step, as if unsure or hesitant, a tiny gesture that makes the animal feel surprisingly lifelike. Bruegel also leads the viewer's eye through the painting masterfully. Your gaze follows the hunters down the slope, along the frozen river, and toward the snowy mountains in the distance. The landscape feels like it goes on forever. Finally, here are a few lesser-known facts that might surprise you. Even though Bruegel is famous for painting peasants, he wasn't one himself. He was socially well-established and lived comfortably. The mountains in the painting are not real. They were added from memory, inspired by his trip through the Alps. More than 100 copies of this painting were made later, many by his son, Pieter Bruegel the Younger. And in modern times, the painting has influenced films and literature. For example, in Andrei Tarkovsky's film Solaris, Hunters in the Snow is used as a central symbolic image. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into art history, remember to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. I'd also love to know which detail in this painting caught your attention the most. And did you read the hunter's mood as gloomy, or did you find a sense of hope in the scene? See you in the next video.